Hello, my name is Joe Ramey. I'm the president and owner of Stresscon Inc in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And today we're going to show you a video of some of the stuff that we do. We specialize in post-tension reinforced concrete and have been in business since the early 1980s. Our primary goal is to provide a structural slab that will withstand the seasonal moisture variations in the clay soils in this area and resist the potential for movement. It'll give the slab structural integrity using high-strength steel tendons or cables to hold the concrete slab in compression, using the entire slab as a foundation system for the residential and commercial construction that we're involved in. Today we're looking at a house that was constructed recently in south of Tulsa in Bixby, Oklahoma, where our crews dug the foundations, installed the cables, poured all the concrete, finished work, and got the slab turnkey ready for the framers to construct the homes. Today we're arriving at the job site where the building pad elevations have already been completed by others, and we will be laying out the foundation, surveying the slab and setting up the corners so that we can dig the footings, install the rebar, and pour the concrete. Once the concrete's hard, then we can set the form boards up that'll hold the edge of the slab. So we want the forms to be braced properly. We'll have those up against the reinforcing steel that's drilled into the concrete so that the bottom of the form boards won't blow out once the weight of the concrete hits them. This will be the edge of the slab, and it's established so that there will be very little tolerance. We want to make sure that the slab edge is right where the framers need it to set the walls up for the home. Once the forms are set, then the plumbers can come in and establish the location for all the plumbing penetrations through the slab. They'll put in the drain lines and supply lines for the plumbing, and then we can backfill with a material. This is limestone screenings that we're using that will not have any shrink swell, and it compacts very well, and we'll use that to establish the bottom of slab elevation so that the overall thickness of the slab will be on an average 4 inches throughout. The gravel or screenings is covered with a vapor barrier. We use 6 mil polyethylene sheeting or visqueen, and then we install the post-tension cables. The cables are high-strength steel tendons, 7-wire cables that are treated to provide at least 270,000 pounds per square inch of tension force. That's about 33,000 pounds of force that we will apply to each cable once the concrete is hard enough to hold that force, typically 7 to 10 days after the concrete is poured. The cables are laid out, first the beam cables that'll go down into the little trenches that we've excavated in the limestone screenings, and then the slab tendons will go in. Each one of them goes through an anchor. There's a dead end seated that we attach to the form, and then the live end that the cable extends through the form is formed with a pocket so that we can come back and stress the cables once the concrete's hard. Yeah, once the cables are installed and supported with 1.5-inch chairs, the concrete is placed over the cables, and the cables will be supported at about the mid-span of the concrete, or the mid-thickness of the concrete. The concrete's then finished to grade, and everything's ready for framing. Once that's hard, we'll come back and stress the cables. Once the concrete's hard enough, we can pull the forms away. We strip the forms and expose the edge of the slab. You can see Humberto pulls the plastic pocket former out and inserts the wedges into the anchor. These steel wedges will bite into the cable as we pull the cable or stress the cable, and that'll hold the tension force, smashing those wedges into the anchor, which is tapered the same as the wedge. At this point, we're applying a partial stress to the cables. We'll pull about 50% of the stress early before the concrete's actually hard enough to hold full stress. That'll reduce the potential for shrinkage crack development in the concrete. As the concrete hardens, it shrinks, and sometimes that restraint will cause cracks to develop, but the pre-stress will reduce that potential. A few days following, we'll come back and put full stress on, where we pull 33,000 pounds of tension on each cable. The gauge pressure will run up to about 8,000 psi to develop that stress. Yeah, once we get all the cables stressed, we'll come back and cut the cables off, remove the tag ends of the cables, and then the pockets that are formed in the slab can be grouted. You can see at this project we've done 3 separate slabs: the main house and a couple of outbuildings that are going to be lived in, and a shop building. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. You can see our contact information on the screen. Be sure and subscribe and share this information with anyone you know. We're gonna try to produce some more videos down the road, hopefully very soon. Thank you.